Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, getting a new one off this morning really early, because I have to leave in a little while and take mom back to the store. So, anyway, meantime, I've got it done. Ta-da! The octopus bag is finally finished. Look at all those legs. Oh gosh, I'll tell you that was interesting getting these on. And the only way to get them evened up going around was to use stitch markers, doing the count, and then how many. I had sewn one on in particular to see how many stitches were going to go across, and then multiplying that times 8 and blah 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 into there, and then putting stitch markers down, trying to get it, make sure that count was going to be accurate, and it wasn't. So, but eventually got it working right, and there we go. So, but that was neat. And there's zipper on the back, and it's got a 7-inch zipper on the back of it. Voila. And man, is that sucker deep. There you go. It's deep. Now, I mentioned it yesterday on the, I think in the show notes about some of the problems that I'd had with this. So I thought I'd go over them live, well, recorded, and say it. Now, see this? I don't understand why it was 154 cast on, and then you did a half double crochet, which put it down to 150 stitches. No, it was 152. 153 cast on. Anyway, you end up with 154 stitches no matter what you did. So, or 150 in the end. But my goodness, it makes it so long. I mean, wickedly long. And so finally I thought, well, the only thing you can do really for a little kid is you're going to have to tie a knot in the top. And the knot's kind of cute, so, But that's about the only way it's going to work with something that long. And I don't really like the handle being on the side because I feel like it takes away so much from the bag. But actually, even if you put it on the back, the problem is that once this bag is loaded, and who knows what some kid's going to stuff inside this thing, it's going to go forward. I've had that problem before with some of the bags that I've made. If I put the straps on the back, everything goes forward, and it really stresses out the fabric. So having it this way just gives the bag more support, although I didn't like it. And that was really like the main thing with it. And the other, just the problem part of getting the legs all figured out where they were going. But the nice thing about the pattern is that she lets you know, okay, this is what... I think this might be row 36, but anyways, is where you start sewing this on. And I didn't sew it in just one row. I sewed it to 3 different rows to just reinforce it a bit more. Because again, when you're crocheting in the back loop, thank you, arthritis, but when you're crocheting in the back loop, all you have is that loop to grab a hold on, so you're not really getting a super firm, grip on this thing. So I did 3. That, and I just lost my train of thought when I said that. But anyway, there we go. This is it. So I've got this one for sale now, and I've got, this little fella for sale, and I've got this little fella for sale. And since I'm going to do all 30 project bags, bags that she's got in her book, if I don't sell them, fine. I'm going to end up trying to find a craft fair, and I'll have lots of things to sell. So that'll be that. But anyways, that's there, and voila. But he really is big, isn't he? I thought this was a nice little bag when I made him, but when you compare the sizes, there's no comparison. Oh, goodness. Then the other thing I did yesterday was I was watching, and I think I mentioned it, watching Kay Jones's videos on making project bags. I made it. I got my project bag made, and I was so proud of it. I haven't used my sewing machine like this in a long time, and it's the first time I ever sewing machine stitched in a zipper. And I learned a lot of lessons on that one. But anyways, here's the bag. And I was so proud of it. And then as I was taking it over to show Mom that I'd finally finished it, all of a sudden I realized it was like, oh, you idiot, you forgot to sew this. Forgot about the handle. So I've got to hand stitch the handle together, but I liked that. And then on the inside, this is small. These are small. This size, the 10-inch bag, is for stuff like, maybe a hat or socks, something of the sort like that. You're definitely not going to put a huge project in there. So anyways, that's the inside. Ta-da! And an idea. Yay, it goes down that far. But anyway, so that turned out pretty good. The thing that I really wrestled with, and I'm kicking myself, but I should have used the zipper foot on the sewing machine, and I didn't, and I was just winging it. And so this is what the zipper looks like. See, that is just so wrong in every way, shape, and form of the word. This is clear over here. This was over here. It just all messed up. But that's okay. It's the first bag. It's not supposed to be perfect. But I liked the box look at the bottom of it. I thought that was really super cool. And on this one, I got it to line up perfect. This one, well, better luck next time. It's a little bit off there. And then, of course, I wasn't thinking about the fact that in order to make the bag stand up, I used quilting batting. And so I had to, quilt the front of it. Well, I never thought about seeing if there was a way to line up the lines afterwards. So they're not lined up. But that's okay. It's usable, and it's mine, and I'm still proud of it. But anyway, that was just so exciting yesterday. And if you have things done up right, if you've got the right tools, I can see where, you can make one of these in a half hour. No problem whatsoever getting it done in a half hour. But it's all about having the right tools. Like her husband, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but her husband used masonite. Like, it looks like masonite anyways. Like, clipboards are made out of masonite. So he made her two of those, cut her two of those in the normal size bags that she always uses. And so all she has to do is put that over top the material, take the rotary cutter all the way around. Bingo, you got it done. It's cut. No big deal. In this case, I'm having to keep measuring off and measuring off and measuring off. And I can't remember the name of the backing that she uses. But you just cut it the size of the material, and it's got gluey spots on the back, and then when you iron it, it sticks, and there you've got your stiffer fabric. Well, I'm using quilting backing, and if you don't know what quilting backing looks like, well, it wasn't fun to work with, I'll put it that way. So this is the quilting backing on it. And that was not fun at all to try to work with. And the other thing that I learned when I was doing this is that, and I'd thought about it ahead of time and, just sort of let it fly over my head. But as you're quilting, in a way, you're shrinking down the material a little bit because it's, you're running lines down through it. I've got 5 rows down, 5 rows across. And it just, because I put about, how far did I go? Yeah, I've got almost 2 inches going across each block was almost a 2-inch square. But the inner bag to me, it's a bit too big compared to the outside bag, but that's fine. But anyway, so I'm proud of this one, and I'm probably going to make another one today, and we're going to stop by Walmart and see if I can find the backing that she was talking about in the video. If you know the name of that backing, please let me know. comments below. And so that's it. Oh, and that was the other thing. I really didn't care so much for this pattern, this material, but it was just some scraps that were laying about. But after I got it on, it was like, I like it. You know, I liked it a lot, actually. And then I put a contrasting color, you know, just going across that matched what was in the flowers and stuff. And then being brown, of course, you can always add hot pink because that just sets it off. But anyway, so those were my thoughts on making the bag, and I love it, and I'm excited about it. So anyway, there's there, and that's that. Should have another bag to show you tomorrow, and I'm starting on which bag is next. I've already made the mushroom purse. I made the octopus. I might go with a smaller bag this time. I'm not really sure. Out of that book, I had 5 bags written down to make for April, which didn't happen. I've only gotten 2 done so far. So I may make a smaller bag because these are really big. The owl bag is really big. So I might make one of the smaller ones, a smaller one like this one of sorts. Yeah, I'll probably make a smaller one like this. But anyway, so there's there, and that's that. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. And have a good day. See you guys.